stone. Breath hangs heavy and slow. Footsteps drown in the snowdrift. Silence deeper than bone. Dead fields, frozen and still. Crows like ashes in flight. Every color abandoned. I kneel to the absent light. I am the lover of the gloom of winter. I am the choir of the buried year. Let the long night close in tighter. I feel most alive when the sun disappears. Love the gloom of winter drawing near. Black trees, skeletal hands scratch their prayers at the dust. Church bells choke in the distance. Rust on sanctified rust. Your voice cold in my veins. Whisper stay till the thought dry. Ceiling grows heavier, pressing the sky. Clock is a hammer, cracking my will. I curl around the emptiness and let it fill. I go sleep with sadness, like armor made of roll the blankets over, like rubble from the dead. If morning ever finds me, it finds me carved and cold. I go to sleep with sadness on a pillow made of stone. Name every hurt in a whisper. Watch them drift into the dark. Every breath another cinder, falling slow, falling hard. If there is grace in this graveyard, it lives in the weight on my chest. I sink like an unthrown anchor and call this sinking rest.
face grins like a demon. Every minute drags a chain. Teeth of morning slowly turning.
Grinding marrow into pain. I wake to the weight of it all, and alarm of the hollow sun close. Every day is a mountain of stone. I rise just to crawl back to the fall. I am crowned by despair in the dawn. Phone screen rooms with empty faces. Plastic smiles that never fade. Unread prayers in every message. Worn out hopes I never saved.
Sink is full of bleached out evenings. Plates of promises I stole. In the mirror, something ancient.
Eyes like cracks along a wall. I wake to the weight of it all, an alarm of the hollow sun calls. Every day is a mountain of stone. I rise just to crawl back to the fall. I am crowned by despair in the dawn. If there's a god of the morning, he left this room long ago. Left me here with a buzzing silence and a day I already owe. So I dress in defeated colors, wear my sorrow like a brand, marching out to greet the darkness that arise with every stand. keep remembering till the dark forgets to breathe.
Wildflowers in an old black Bible. Swore those summers would never go. I remember when the sun remembered me, when the sky knew my name softly. All the colors that I let bleed away haunt these hollow bones today. I remember when the sun remembered me, before the gold turned to gray. Eternity. Now the plates are cracked, chairs stand like gravestones. Every echo in this house spits back my name alone. Was there a moment I turned the key on joy? Or did the world grow old and throw away its toys?
the summer sky, names carved in the parkside stone. Laughter in the rusted swings, all of it buried in my bones. I remember and I don't, faces blur like falling rain. Every bright and burning day crushed to dust inside my brain. Sing for the joy of life forgotten. Raise your glass to empty chairs. Bless the ghost of every moment that vanished while we stared. Praise the days we never noticed. Candles drowned in afternoon. Hail the holy wasted hours that died too fast, too soon. Moments piled in attic boxes, tickets, teeth, and faded ink. Whole worlds locked in crooked handwriting. Left too long, they start to sink. Did we love the breath between us, or just the stories after dark? Now the dates have lost their meaning, but the absence leaves a mark. What if this is all there ever was? A kitchen light, a crooked rug, an awkward joke, a tired hug, a quiet hand that held your flaw. what is mad. Hear the wailing wind at night, long forgotten, still it cries.
Every gust an old regret,
Cold breath you cannot forget. Hear the wailing wind at night, voices buried out of sight.
no fire drives that hunger back.
It howls along your every crack. It rises as the last church bell goes dumb. It rises till your heartbeat learns to drum. To its stir, its dragging plea, to its endless grinding frozen sky. Clock hands drowning, too tired to die. Shadows wear the faces I refused. Every silent mercy I abused.
Walls leaning like a closing fist.
Hope curls up in a fog of mist.
I reach, but the world just pulls away.
Throat on fire with the words I cannot say. Hear the scream of despair, tearing open that hollow air. It's my name, it's my curse, it's a prayer, just a scream, only scream.
Scream of despair.
On a field of broken prayers I stand, salt in my eyes, dust on my hands. If there's a God in this crawling dark, let this ragged howl be my final
unravels you.
Just curls and turns, evil pain in every room, but the rooms just stare right through. Indifferent world and this wound, and it smiles as it unravels you. Bones like rusted iron, skin a soaked red shroud. Breath moves slow and stubborn, every inhale too loud. Teeth grind night to splinters, knuckles bruise the sky. I awake inside my carcass and remember how within. Like cracked black candles, wax and marrow drains, muscle fibers twitching like they're chewing on my name. Sleep comes as a hammer, drops then pulls away, leaves me nailed in place here, pinned to one more day. this trembling, rotten frame.
Dust on the wedding ring, your ghost in the cold hallway, calling the Ashen King. I drink from a chipped chalice, full of the days we had. Each sip a silent avalanche, burial of the mad.
Lay me down on the grave of our days, where your name is carved in rust. Let the stone remember what my tongue betrays. All I love returns to dust.
All I love returns to dust. All I love returns to dust. Your chair at the table still leans like it waits for you. The clock keeps its slow beating, like a heart that never knew. I walk through our dead garden, thorns where your hands once grew. Every petal turned to cinder, every path still ends in you.
Lay me down in the grave of our days, where your name is carved in rust. Let the stone remember what my tongue betrays. All I love returns to dust.
All I love returns to dust. All I love returns to dust.
begging the sky to drown me. Your shadow is my armor, your absence is my blade. I swing it at the silence, and nothing fades.
Lay me down in the grave of our days, where your name is carved in rust. Let the stone remember what my tongue betrays. All I love returns to dust.
All I love returns to dust. Ash on the altar, clock with no hands, maps burnt to cinders.
Dusting my head.
Steps on the staircase, but the stairs don't end. Always folding back again and again. Every door darker mouth, every shadow learns my name.
I am afraid of the unnamed silence.
Afraid of the edge I cannot see.
Something waits past all horizons.
And it waits for me. Stars blink out like eyes that turn away. Words grow teeth, then rot and fall away. If there is a shape out there,
Why does it refuse the light? sea,
or a mouth of stone.
will it be a question?
Carved into bone. If I step forward, do I disappear? Or finally belong to what I fear?
I am afraid of the unnamed silence.
Afraid of the edge I cannot see.
Something waits past all horizons.
And it waits for me. One last candle, drowning in its own smoke. Breath held forever, name never spoke.
Steps echo
Down a hallway made of years,
dust on the frames.
of the faces I call mine.
Calendar cracks.
All the ink has turned to gray,
I trace my name.
but the letters slip away.
This is the grave of every moment.
Shovel of time in my own hand,
I am the tomb and the torment.
built from the bones of my own plans.
I hear the earth sing my surrender.
On my chest with every breath,
I was a beggar for forever.
now I kneel to inevitable death. built from the bones of my own plans.
I hear the earth sing my surrender.
Gun on my chest with every breath.
I was the beggar for forever.
Now I kneel to inevitable death. Inevitable death.
you may understand. I cannot understand.